Welcome everybody to another life-changing episode of HomeKit Insider. You've got me, Andrew O'Hara, and here with me as always, it is the man, the myth, the guy that is literally 63% gummy bear. It is Steven Robles. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Did you ever have that like elementary school teacher who made you do like the gummy worms in the dirt, which was like crushed up Oreos? You know, you do like the dirt.
I never had a teacher do that, but I have like, that's a dirt cup is a very common dessert, and they literally serve it at like Applebee's. You can buy those for kids.
Really?
So, yeah, those were yeah.
I had no idea.
Maybe not anymore because I haven't like actively ordered one in a restaurant since I was like, 5. But
HomeKiteers,
no, thing.
HomeKiteers, let us know are any of you ordering dirt cups at Applebee's that includes a gummy worm and Oreos? We have to know. We would like to know.
I had something fairly recently.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't remember. I don't know. Something in that vein, but I feel like it was somehow alcoholic or something.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on.
I'm thinking it was like some sort of chocolate cocktail.
Oh
with
boy.
Like that garnished with a worm or something, or maybe I'm
garnished.
I don't know.
Cocktail with a gummy worm hanging off. That's the deal.
There's so many retro bars anymore. Like it's a thing. We got one that literally has a slush puppy machine churning out. Alcoholic slush puppies.
What? This is not a world I'm familiar with. I'm too sheltered for this. But anyway, you know what else is getting churned out? HomeKit devices. You like that? You like that? HomeKit devices getting churned out left and right. Lots of news this week. And so, let's just jump into it. We have a new device. The press release came out just as we began recording. This is Aqara's first thread contact sensor. This is a thread contact sensor, and it supports Matter. And so you can scan this thing and get it into your home app right there. You don't have to use the Aqara app if you don't want to. And I actually have one of these. I set it up. It's on my door right now. And it works really well. It actually works very fast. I have the automation set up where when I open my studio door over here, the lights turn on, the shades open, and it works great. So new contact sensor, $30 from Aqara.
So I have a question for you, Steven. Can this show in the Aqara app? Because for me, it doesn't show in there, at least like right away. Like maybe you have to have on like the HomeKit sharing or something. Because right now I just have like my Aqara devices in the Aqara app. So I've got like my doorbell, I've got the M2 hub or whatever. All of those, everything is in the Aqara app. But I don't have all of my like HomeKit devices don't show in the Aqara app. So since I added this via Matter, it added into Home, but it's not in the Aqara app. So, and I tried to like add it to the Aqara app. Doesn't seem to be any way to do that. So I don't know if you have to have that sharing part on, but this is directly Matter, and they don't have a thread hub yet of their own.
No. Yeah, I do not see it in the Aqara app. It is not there, which is unfortunate because I do love Aqara's automations for notification when a door is left open. I've mentioned before I have a mini fridge on the patio where the kids will grab some drinks out of there sometimes, and if they leave it open, I have an Aqara contact sensor on the door, and if it's open for more than 60 seconds, I get a little notification from the Aqara app. It says, door is open, and that is convenient. But unfortunately, like you're saying, no, I do not see it here in the Aqara app, and so you can't do that kind of stuff. It's in the Home app, not Aqara. So there you go. There you go.
Okay, very interesting. Well, we'll come back to that because I've got down in our project section or show notes.
Oh, okay,
we'll come
very
back
good.
to this guy a little more time playing around with it.
All right, very cool. And then also, this is, again, one of these announcements from Aqara, but like, not sure if we'll ever see this here in the U.S., but these are new smart switches with Matter and Wave. So I don't know, like I never see these kinds of products from Aqara, like the U100 doorbell and stuff, and these switches. I mean, this looks like it's from the year 2037, and I don't even know what's happening with this, but it looks cool. Probably not coming to the U.S. Might be vaporware, who knows? But looks really cool. So there you go. That's all.
I hope it does, and especially something that's Matter. There shouldn't be anything that's really specifically I don't know. This one seems more feasible than some of the other ones to make it to the U.S. I'm hopeful.
Yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice, but we'll have to see. So the cool Switch. More HomeKit.
My house is not nearly fancy enough to
I don't even know.
those things.
I don't know what decor would match that. I mean, I feel like you need a literal Blade
Spaceship.
Runner. Okay, yeah, you could live on a literal spaceship like ISS.
You could. Well, you don't have to live on it. You could just decorate it like a spaceship.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, you could just decorate it. When you walk indoors, you go, and then.
I said
really
yeah,
show
yeah.
it.
I said the International Space Station briefly, and now I have a question that is burning within me. Do they have Wi-Fi on the ISS? Is that a thing?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
I don't know. Because if they had Wi-Fi, then they could use HomeKit up there, and then it would be like Space Kit, Space HomeKit, Home Space. Anyway, I don't know. It just popped into my mind. I just wanted to point that out. But anyway, speaking of back here on Earth, products here, Onvis has a new Thread Smart button. I love my smart buttons and HomeKit buttons. This one is now from Onvis, and you can get it. It is $40, which, depending on which buttons you get, might be on the pricier side, but it's multifunction. There's like multiple buttons on here. I don't know about you, Andrew, but I always have the issue when I get buttons with like many different functions. Like my brain, I just can't remember what all the buttons do. Like my Wemo Stage, I still don't know. Because you could like do a double tap, triple tap. You have 3 different buttons. So you could basically have 9 different commands on a single remote. And I don't even know. I don't even know what it does. I'm afraid to touch it because one of these buttons might just like blow up the studio. Like I don't know what to do with that. So anyway, cool new button. That's fun, but I don't know. Do you like the more than 3 commands button? Do you like that?
I like that you have the option, like you're unlocking things with like cheat codes. Like I feel like I'm putting in cheat code when I have to like double tap and hold or something weird to unlock secret functionality. But I think like 3 is pretty good for most things. Like for like my stage, like with the 3 buttons on there, I'll primarily just use like the 3 defaults and set to like open, favorite, and close or something if I'm doing shades, or even on, favorite, off for lights. So that way I just kind of stock ones that I like sticking with that are really easy to use, and then sure, if you want to be a power user, you can put in conditionals there to all of them, so it's like one press turns them on, so that way you could do like one press is like the lamp, one press is the middle one is your ceiling lights, the other one's your headboard light. So you can do things like that. You can get real fancy. But yeah, you have to keep them in mind. I think with the flick buttons, they include like a whole sticker pack, so you can try to label them to what they do. Yeah. So, like, there's, like, old pictures. This is a ceiling fan.
That'd be
this
good.
This is your chicken coop, whatever it is. I don't know.
Chicken coop. You got the chicken coop. I don't have a chicken coop. I don't do the chicken coop stuff, but good on you. So, there you go. Thread button. That link will be in the show notes. And also, I got this email right as we were about to record Level Lock, which is one of the, 2 or 3 door locks that has home key compatibility. You got the Schleg. You got Level Lock Plus, and you have the Aqara G4 video. Oh, no, wait. Yeah. The Aqara lock. It's not the G4. What is that? I have it down
G4
here.
is the doorbell. It's the U100 is their
It is the
their
U100.
lock.
That's right. That's what I meant. Yeah. So you got 3 HomeKey locks. But anyway, Level Lock announced new colors. So here's the Level Lock Plus. You have the matte black, which I believe they had before. You got the nickel, which they had before. And now you have satin chrome and polished brass. Polished brass. Now, in this little...
that's what I was just wondering.
Yes, the home key.
I was just wondering it.
Now I was about to ask because I don't have my HomeKey lock set up yet. With this in the Level Lock pictures on their website for like the brass color lock, it shows the HomeKey card on the iPhone matching the color of the lock, and then like if you go to the black, the HomeKey matches the black lock. Same thing with it. Like, is that how it works?
I thought it was all silver, and mine, of course, is the silver one. So I cannot confirm.
So you don't even know. Yeah. Can neither confirm nor deny.
Apple's press always has silver. Somebody buy the black or polished brass and tell us.
Oh, that black one. I mean, that looks like that's nice. But, yeah, I'm curious. But, Apple does stuff like that, like with your AirPods Maxes and stuff. When you pair it with your iPhone, it shows the right color. So, I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. I just haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet.
I know, that's the question. Like, it's not. I mean, the little things like putting on an iPhone case from Apple. It has the matching animation that matches the color, which is still like little thing that I just love those little touches.
That's right. That's right. All right. Well, before we have more news here, more releases, but I do want to thank our first sponsor. I love these guys. I've spent my own money to buy their stuff, and I'm talking about Factor. Factor is a ready-to-eat meal kit. Now, we've had a sponsor HelloFresh on the show, and they're great. And you make your own meals. They send you the ingredients. Factor, it's ready-made meals, ready to eat, and it's America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit. Huh? That's the difference. Ready-to-eat meal kit. And why did my camera shut off? Now, wait a minute. I'm doing a very important one of my favorite sponsors here, and the camera shut off. I don't know what's happening. Let me try and redo that.
Steven sat on a HomeKit button.
That's what happened. See, I touched my Wemo stage. And it all went away. There I am. So here.
Go back to before.
Let me go back to before because I need to tell you about one of my favorite sponsors, Factor. Factor Meals, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit. Listen, I'm going to go off the cuff right here, and they got some bullet points, but I got to tell you. You order a box. You can tell them I want keto stuff. I got a keto box. You can tell them I want vegan stuff. You can tell them I want the meats. Whatever it is, they send you a box, shows up at your house, these little meal kits, not frozen, fresh meal kits. You put them in your fridge, and then you can microwave it for 2 minutes, or my favorite deal, I put it for 7 minutes in the toaster oven. And these Factor meals, let me just tell you, these Factor meals, I'm getting real close to the microphone, are delicious. These Factor meals are delicious. I love them. I love the keto. I love the meaty ones. I love it all. They had a Fiesta Lime chicken one. I loved that thing. They had a bacon ranch something or other. It was amazing. Listen, stop wasting time making the meals. Listen, I know we're both chefs. We both cook. I know Andrew cooks and I cook. But Andrew, wouldn't you just love to just get a meal, just hand it to you? They just hand you a meal. You put it in the microwave for 2 minutes, and you're enjoying the meal. How amazing does that sound? Wouldn't you like that?
It sounds so amazing and so much better than so many of the frozen meals out there. I just tried this other frozen meal the other day, and it was so bad. It was so tasteless and awful, and it was just a waste. There goes like $5. Freaking stupid frozen meal. I'm over it. And I don't know if anyone's experienced children before, but they take up so much time. I love cooking,
so true.
But
it's busy. It's too busy.
Throw them in there. No.
Listen, no.
You get these something meals that you can easily just toss in, ready to go.
Exactly. And listen, it's summertime. You want to be doing summery things. Maybe you're jumping in the pool. Maybe you're setting off fireworks. Who knows what you're doing? But listen, don't get to the summer plans. Let Factor handle the meals. Skip the grocery store runs, the chopping, the prepping, everything. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals ready in just 2 minutes. All you have to do is heat and enjoy, then get back outside and enjoy that summer weather. And listen to this. They have flavor pack meals. I want to get to that. Here we go. Round out your meal, replenish your snack supply. They also have 45 plus add-ons, including breakfast items. I love breakfast. I'm a breakfast guy. They have apple cinnamon pancakes, bacon and cheddar egg bites, way better than the Starbucks ones, just being real. Potato, bacon, and egg breakfast skillet. Or you can get Wellness Boost, these little refreshing beverage like cold-pressed juices, shakes, and smoothies. I did the smoothies. They're delicious. Love it. And for this July, you can get Factor and enjoy eating without the hassle. Simply enjoy your meals. Enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals. So here's what you do. Head to factormeals.com/HomeKit50. Use the promo code HomeKit50. Get 50% off. That's code HomeKit50 at factormeals.com/HomeKit50 to get 50% off. The link is in the show notes. You got to do it. Try Factor today. Factor. Factor meals. There you go. Okay. More that sound effect, that was extra. That wasn't in the script. I was just doing that. Okay, next news. New Matter devices from a Newcomer. This is a new brand. So for everyone out there that likes to first talk about new brands, this is Newcomer 2.0. You think it's 2.0 or 2? Probably 2.0.
I think there's only 1.0, Steven.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, there's only one. There's only one O in the word 2.0, so there you go. But they got some Matter devices coming up, which, again, Matter works over Thread. At least these devices work over Thread with Matter. And then you can pull it right into the HomeKit app. But they have a 2.0 Smart Button, a 2.0 Smart Lock with Home Key. We just talked about Home Key. So now you have a fourth option for a Home Key lock. It looks like a pretty nice-looking lock. and a contact sensor. So you got a button, sensor, smart lock. Pretty nice looking smart lock, actually. It has the keypad built in, just like I like it. That's pretty slick. September release on some of these products. So you can't get them right now, but you can get them in the next couple months. But pretty cool. Tuo, newcomer to the HomeKit space. Bam. There you go. Do you are you in the market for a HomeKey lock? You use the level lock, right? You have a level lock?
It is level lock, yeah.
Yeah. You like it? Works pretty good?
I do like it.
Yeah. I'm thinking about it. I still have yet to pull the plug on the Level Lock Plus. They didn't send me one, so I got to buy it.
What are you using right now?
Nothing, because I never use the front door. Like I go in through the garage 100% of the time. Like I never ever go in through the front door. So it's like, meh. I don't know. I that's why I'm like I wasn't sure if it was worth it because it's $330 for the Level Lock Plus, and I was like, I don't know. It would be nice to let people in.
I really like it.
But have you ever do you run into that where people are like, hey, I'm at your house, I'm fixing your toilet or whatever, I need to get in, and you let them in through the level lock? Do you ever do that?
I mean, I haven't been randomly out of town with a busted toilet, then letting a stranger into the house to fix said toilet. You know,
right. How'd you know it's broken?
Hasn't come up.
Right.
But we do have, we got dogs, we got cats, we got bunnies, at the chickens. So there are times that we have to let people into the house when we're out of here. And we do in different ways depending on who they are.
Right.
Faith's mom still uses like a key that she has. So she can use that. But we have the keypad for the level lock as well. I'm waiting for HomeKey because that'll be the nicest, just be able to pass that around to people and boom.
Now, do the chickens call you up and say they have to get in the front door? You open it for the chickens too?
No, they usually go in through the basement door. Yeah, it's a little bit easier. It's a sliding door, which is easier to open with wings versus trying to twist. I mean, have you ever seen a chicken try to twist a doorknob with wings? It's like really difficult to do.
It's really difficult. It's very sad. It's very sad.
They slip. Also, I mean, all that oleophobic coating that repels the water, hydrophobic coating that repels water, makes it super slippery on handles.
Yeah, it's hard to use a phone too. It's hard to use a phone without fingers. So anyway, I don't know where to go from here. So let's talk about another. Let's talk about another HomeKit device. QingPing, they have a thread motion sensor now available here in the U.S. It's on Amazon.com for $25. This is a unique looking motion sensor. It's kind of like a cylindrical deal. You can, I guess, bend it in different directions, point it where you need. But it works via thread, so it's a thread motion detector, which I know we have the Eve motion detector, which is thread. But most other motion detectors are like Zigbee or like the Hue one, which works, with the Hue hub. So is this the second thread motion sensor that we have?
I think so. I mean, technically it would actually be for sale. So the other one that's thread is the one from Aqara that they announced at like CES 2022, and that's still coming later this year. So that'll be along by the end of this year, I think Aqara says. I think they literally confirmed that with the launch of the P2 contact sensor. So their thread-enabled motion sensor is still coming. This one's like a lot cheaper than the Eve one. It's like half the price of the Eve sensor. I think it's like $25, which is pretty impressive. And I like the mount for this. So it's like you see these a lot with security cameras. It's magnetic. So there's like a half sphere that you'll mount to the wall. Yes. It'll magnetically stick to it, and you can rotate it to any angle that you want. So pretty cool just to be able to put this in like the corner of your room or whatever, and then angle it basically into the body of the room to get the most coverage. We always hear that positioning motion sensors up high is the best place for them. So I like that mounting option. Most other ones are Bluetooth, Steven, which has been always the problem with motion sensors because Bluetooth has that little bit of delay compared to Thread or Wi-Fi. So there's not too many, which is the bummer. I actually use, like in our living room, we use like the camera. We have like the Eve or the Logitech Circle View, I think, is in our living room. And then you can switch modes. So like you can turn to just detecting motion, but turning off the camera when you're home, and then when you leave, switch it to full camera mode with recording and everything. So that way you don't have as like the privacy concerns, but you still have motion detecting, and it's Wi-Fi enabled, so it's a little bit faster.
Man, I think I might want to try this thing. $25 for a motion sensor thread. It's pretty nice. Anyway, I'm not going to buy it right now. I'm not buying it on the show, but I'll think about it. So yeah, those are our device releases and launches and stuff. Then iOS 17 Beta 3 came out last week as you listen to this episode, and there's some exciting updates for the Home app. And I have an exciting update, Andrew. You'll never guess. You'll never guess what happened. You'll never guess it. Never. Just take a wild guess. What happened?
Well, based on what you listed under projects.
Oh yeah, shoot. Yeah, you're right. My Apple TV started. I got a beta on the Apple TV. Look, I got the 6.
After you restored it?
After I restored it. What am I doing here? I need to switch to my... There we go. There it is. My Apple TV is now on tvOS 17. I actually have to update to the beta 3 because I did this after that. But look, I got 6 icons across. Look at that.
Look at
so
that.
Many icons.
Oh,
so many icons. Look at that. And then, if you're watching, again, youtube.com/HomeKit Insider, I can hold a little TV button. I got the new control center. Yay! I got the sleep timer, do not disturb. I got, what is this, the little thing with the lock? What is that?
I think restrictions.
Restrictions, that's right. Which there's no really improvement on restrictions. Like I wish screen time would come to the Apple TV, but not yet. And then, nice little audio thing. I'm doing this because I don't think I've not shown it yet on the podcast because it kept not working. Oh my word! Why do you keep doing that, Andrew? There we go.
It keeps playing there in the background. The new Hijack show. I just watched the 3rd episode this morning. So good, so good.
Is it so good?
And the 3rd episode.
Really? No spoilers. I gotta watch it.
I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing.
Did you watch Silo?
I'm into Silo. I'm like 3 or 4 episodes in.
It's very good.
I'm not 100%. So like I haven't watched it all yet. My brother's like, well, I just saw it. I told him it got renewed for a 2nd season. He's like, we're never gonna find out. They just keep renewing it for more seasons. We're never gonna know what happens outside the silo. I'm like, well, that's true.
I think
it's like Lost. We're just gonna keep waiting until the end.
Listen, Lost was so disappointing. I can't. I had the urge to like start rewatching Lost again, and I was like, I can't because I'm gonna get to the end and I'm gonna get mad again. I'm gonna get just as mad, so I couldn't do it. But no, I would say no spoilers. Silo is worth it. Watch the whole season. It gets better. It gets better and better, and it gets really good at the end. So that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm saying. But you also had
a giant missile and it blasts off into space. I spoiled it.
Shoot.
So they're in a rocket ship, and they just shoot off into space, and they move to a new planet. 2nd season.
Wow. Spoiler. Just kidding. That's not really what happens. But also in iOS 17 Beta 3, here's your article right here. We have, Andrew's even showing it on camera. When it refocuses, it's coming. It's almost there. It's trying. It's maybe. It almost. I can't. Oh, what's new in home? Accessory control widgets. We know that. New look and feel. Activity history. There it is. The 3rd thing. Activity history. So does it work?
Okay, so this is the thing that I'm a little confused about. So
right.
Here's the app. Sorry, my keylay is just blowing out my screen. So you have to switch to the security tab inside of the Home app.
Okay.
And then there's a field right there by my finger that's still blurry a little bit.
Sure.
That's your activity history. And there it is for the day.
Whoa. Okay. Now wait a minute. I got a few questions here. Few questions.
Hit me.
Garage door? Oh, you don't have a garage door, right? So we're not sure?
No, we do. So garage door shows in there. I have
it does. Okay.
Sliding deck door is being opened. Mail must have come because I had a contact sensor. My Aqara P2 opened up at 10:02 a.m.
Okay. Now, so it shows when like doors are open and closed, contact sensors and such. Mm-hmm. Does it show motion? Does it show motion in different areas?
I'm not seeing motion in here.
Okay,
I'm just seeing
motion.
contact sensors, door locks.
Right. And garage door. Now, with this new activity view, you're on the beta. I don't imagine your wife is on the beta. Is Faith using the beta?
No.
Okay, but it's still, just because you're on the beta, it still will show activity of her controlling different devices, even though she's not on the beta. right?
I think so. Because it does show like, level lock plus was unlocked by Andrew O'Hara, but I don't think that's anything specific because we're already getting those alerts, right? You can already get an alert that, your partner had unlocked the door because that is already part of HomeKit. Now they're just kind of putting into this list view.
Right.
So that should still work.
Okay.
That should
now,
still work.
My other question, you might have to go to the automations tab for this. I'm curious if there's any new automation triggers or commands because, as I just mentioned, the Aqara app offers the option to say, when a door is open for more than a minute, send me a notification. And so with this activity view, I'm just curious, is there a new option to say when a door is open a certain amount of time or when a contact sensor is open for a certain amount of time that you could do something? Any new automation actions? Andrew is feverishly scrolling through the automations tab, looking for new actions, looking for a world where HomeKit will actually tell you if a door has been left open without using a third-party app. Is it smart enough to know, yes, this door was left open? Nope, not smart enough. Okay, never mind then. so doesn't know.
What I thought was curious, so I'm working on this piece. On Wednesday when the beta came out. And for me, so I run two devices. I always run one on the current beta and one on the prior beta. So each week I update like kind of one to the old one and then move my primary to the new one when it comes out.
Right.
So I can compare things. If you watch the video on the beta, you'll see like when I'm comparing like the AQI cards inside of the weather app, I can pull up the old one to show you what they look like side by side, stuff like that. And on my old device, I still don't have, or I didn't have, the home activity feed. And yet some people are saying, oh, that's been there for me already. So I don't know if this came out or if it was a server-side switch to enable it. But I did not have the home activity feed on my device. And I had checked constantly, and like when I updated the beta, that was like one of the first things that I checked. So I don't know if it was enabled server side and happened in the last like week or so, or 2 weeks even, since the beta came out, and I had never gone back to check because the beta was out. I already done the video and checked for everything. But yeah, so curious if everyone's had that for a while, but I definitely did not have it prior to the new beta. So either way, it's there. That's what it looks like, and it works.
That's what it is.
So
okay, I'm excited for that. I like that little activity thing. I'm hoping soon Apple will have like the whole left door open for an amount of time, and add that. But very cool. So we'll put a link to Andrew's article. You can see the screenshots and videos there in the show notes. And before we move on to our personal projects, I'd like to thank our second and final sponsor, our good friends, you know these guys, ZocDoc. ZocDoc, that's their new jingle. I just did it just then. ZocDoc. It is a free, let me repeat that, free app where you can find amazing doctors and book appointments online and right from your phone. It could be in person, it could be telehealth, it could be a brand new doctor, it could be a specialist. I'm basically rapping right now. This is like the Hamilton musical, but about ZocDoc because it's the free app to find and book top-rated doctors. Not only, Andrew's doing a wave. What are you doing over there? Do you need to see a doctor about that?
Yes, my fingers seem to be broken. Where can I find a doctor?
You need a specialist. Well, let me tell you, you can find a specialist in the ZocDoc app. You search for the specialist you need. You say, find doctors near me. And here's the key right here. Takes your insurance. Here's what you do. You take your insurance card, whatever that is. You take a picture of it with your phone or you enter the information manually. You even tell it your policy number or group number so it knows exactly your insurance. And then when you go to book a doctor, you say, just show me the doctors that take the insurance. Just do that. Because while Andrew, one of his favorite pastimes is phone trees and sitting on the phone with phone trees. Isn't that right, Andrew? Don't you just love that?
Absolutely. I grow my own phone tree. I have 50 phones right here. I just call them and they call each other and all day.
If you could grow an iPhone tree, now that would be something. You'd be set. You'd be set for life. But no. No one likes phone trees. No one likes standing on the phone trying to get an appointment. And then when you make that appointment months in advance, because listen, trying to get an appointment at a doctor over the phone, months away, you get to the doctor's appointment and they say, oh, we actually don't take your insurance, and you got to do the whole process over again. Never have that issue again. Book your doctor through ZocDoc's free app. And then we're talking about booking appointments with thousands of top-rated, patient-reviewed doctors and specialists. You can filter specifically for ones who take your insurance, like I said, are located near you, and treat almost any condition you're looking for. And like I said, you can do those telehealth appointments as well. I did that for one of my kids, made the appointment in the ZocDoc app, had the telehealth like a couple hours later, good to go. And many of the appointments are just 24 to 48 hours away in the ZocDoc app. Book it immediately with just a few taps. So here's what you do. You go to ZocDoc.com/HKI, download the ZocDoc app for free. Yes, you could go to the App Store and just search for ZocDoc, but don't do that because we want you them to know that you heard about them from us. So go to ZocDoc.com, find and book a top-rated doctor today, ZocDoc.com/HKI, ZocDoc.com/HKI. Download the ZocDoc app for free today. Find and book a top-rated doctor. Our thanks to ZocDoc for sponsoring this episode. Boom.
Have you seen their commercials on TV lately? They're pretty funny.
I've not seen commercials. I don't see commercials usually.
I don't usually see commercials, but Faith's been watching stuff in the morning as we're kind of kicking off our day and stuff. And it'll be like live TV through Hulu. And there's quite a few commercials. You know, the usual ones. Have you been injured by a malignant Allen wrench? You should buy a car from me.
You've been bitten by a gopher tortoise.
I bought this orange spray tan.
Right.
Like all of those. But then there's also been Zoc commercials, and they're pretty entertaining.
That's pretty good. Well, very fun. ZocDoc.com/HKI. Now, I just talked about the tvOS 17 beta. I have not had extensive experience with it, like FaceTime and stuff. One question for you, because I know you've tested this. Do you have to have your iPhone on the same iCloud account as the Apple TV to use FaceTime? Is that true?
I don't know, because I haven't done anything. My guess is that it's going to show like your proximity base would be my guess, and then you're going to have all those confirmations that come up on both sides on pairing your camera and everything like that for when you're using it. So that would be my guess. It would still work, but I'm not sure because I have not tried. Personally, I usually only see my iPhone come up, and I do have the other devices running the betas. So maybe it is just the one signed into your account.
We're going to discover this right now. If you go to youtube.com/HomeKit Insider and watch this episode, I'm in the FaceTime app on tvOS 17 right now. I see myself on here, but I am not running the beta on my iPhone. So if I select myself, connect a continuity camera to Apple TV using iPhone, signing it to... Right, so it's not doing anything on my iPhone, so I imagine that's not working. But I am running the beta on a different iPhone, not with my iCloud account. It's telling me to scan this QR code. All right, here we go. I'm scanning the QR code with the iPhone running the beta. Oh my goodness, it totally works. And I can... Hello.
Oh, sorry, it was you.
Oh, it works. So you can use an iPhone not connected to your iCloud account by scanning the QR code, and it totally works. That's breaking news. I don't know if we knew about this from anywhere else on the internet, but there you go. There I am. Hi. Okay. And then what do I do?
So once you set your phone down, and it's going to confirm. It's going to give you a countdown in the lower corner that you positioned it correctly, and then it's going to pull you up full screen. You have your effects down there in the lower right-hand corner for center stage, portrait mode, and reactions. Give us a thumbs up, Stephen. Let's see if it'll do it. Give us a thumbs up.
Thumbs
up. You got
up.
to do it on the camera. There you go. Come on.
Oh, there it is. Wow.
And now, if you had two hands, 2 thumbs up would send off fireworks. But
I can't. No, it's not gonna work. I'm holding the phone with my other hand. I can't do it. This is very cool. This is very, very cool. And all right, well there you go. I'm not gonna FaceTime anybody right now because I don't know how that would blow everything up. But that's pretty cool. So I can turn off portrait, and you got center stage. So I turn that. Is it following me? I can't tell.
It might be weird because you're literally holding your phone, but
yeah. It might be a little.
You're already pretty close in frame. There's not a lot to do.
Right. That's amazing, though.
If you think about if you're sitting on your couch and you have your phone sitting in front of your TV,
right.
There's going to be a bigger gap.
Wow. Very cool. So FaceTime there on the Apple TV. Man, okay, that's cool. I'll stop holding the phone up to the thing. And it shows on the other iPhone, hey, you're connected to this Apple TV, pause or disconnect. So I'll hit disconnect. And there we go. I got my phone back.
So actually, if you leave the FaceTime but your phone is still connected, you can move around to other apps because, of course, there's things like SharePlay that you can still be doing multiple things at the same time while running the camera. It'll actually show in Control Center the little icon to let you know that it's connected. And if you pull it up at any time, you can see letting you know there is a camera connected to your Apple TV.
That is pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Okay, well, there you go. I finally did a live tvOS 17 demo here on HomeKit Insider. I'm very excited. That's all I wanted to do for weeks and weeks and weeks. That's all I wanted.
Literally a month after Dub.
I can't even. Okay, now you have a project. I heard you alluded to it before. You threaded up your mailbox. Is that true?
Yeah, so we talked about it last week. I was going to try to automate my mailbox and see kind of if I could get an alert and how far it would reach and all that kind of stuff. And so I actually used the new Aqara P2 contact sensor because I just happened to have it at the same time I was trying to do this mailbox thing. Right. And so first thing is the Aqara is a little bit big. It's a little bulbous for like the one end. Like compared to things like even like the Eve one, it's a little bit on the large size. It's got like a CR123 battery, I think, on the inside.
It's like a little cylinder. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's fairly big. It's like the size of my index finger in height. Like.
Yeah, it's long.
Yeah. So like in a mailbox, it's a little big than what I would probably hope for because we have packing stuff shoved in there all the time. I don't want to knock this thing off. So that was the thing. And my mailbox is dumb. Like it's got a weird like overlapping hood on it. So my thought was, I'll put the body on the door so that way it's never in the way, and I'll put the small piece on the inside. That didn't work. There's also you can opt to use just a piece of metal. Like they include a little metal or magnet or whatever in the box. So you can use that instead of the second sticky piece.
Okay. Thank you, because I have had this little metal piece since I took it out of the box, and I've had no idea what it was for. Like, I had a little magnet. I was like, what do I do with this? Is this part of, like, do I need this for it to work? I didn't know what to do. So thank you for answering that. I had no idea.
Yep. So you can use that instead for slim places, gives you more options. But I found that it was very specific on placement. So like I installed it and like they literally come together, and then I go back inside and I pull up my phone and I look at it eagerly and it's like, your mailbox is open. I'm like, no, it's not. I can see it. It's closed. Right. So like I had to literally completely remove everything and re-adhere it all, trying to get because it would actually stick to the side of the sensor, but so it was like aligned or it was like connected, but it wasn't triggering. So you had to really make sure the vertical placement was perfect. Now, if you're doing this on a door, much easier. When you're trying to mount it inside of a mailbox and you can't see what you have to like guess and hope. A lot harder to do, folks. A lot harder to do. So I eventually did get it, and it is very handy. I tested it. The mail lady came. She opened up the mailbox. I got an alert. I was like, oh, crap. I got Faith's package to go out. So I ran and grabbed it and ran her out. So literally the first day that I had it installed came in super clutch because I had outgoing things that I had not put yet in the mailbox. And
all right,
saved me. The one thing that I find weird, it's kind of a question maybe I'm sure someone in our audience will know this, but maybe it's because it's Matter versus native HomeKit, but it's not showing in my Thread network.
And now where do I go for that? I would go to the Eve app?
I use the Eve app, yeah.
Let's see, because I got mine set up over here too. So going to the Eve app where you can see your Thread network, go to settings.
So the Eve one, it doesn't show just Eve's devices, so that's not it. It'll show any Thread device. So in the Eve app, I can see my HomePods, I can see my Nano Leaf gear, I can see the other random Thread devices that I have. All of those show in there. But the new Aqara sensor is not showing. So I don't know if it's still connecting over Bluetooth, because sometimes devices take a couple hours even to show up on the Thread network. Because I think it's like set up locally first via Bluetooth, and then it pairs to your Thread network. That's what it usually does. So I'm like, is it still connecting over Bluetooth?
Well,
Maybe that's
I
not
also
why.
have all these
But is yours showing?
like I have all these like unknown room devices, which
Do you? Oh wait, no, you have an Eve Energy, right?
yeah I do because I have
Okay, so yeah, those should show up.
yeah the Eve Energies and the plugs and everything show up here,
Well, the like Apple's HomePods and stuff would show up as just Thread router
so that's probably
until you have
these.
an Eve Energy, and once you add an Eve Energy to your Thread network, then it's able to identify. Basically, you have to have a Thread border router from Eve to identify Apple HomePods and Apple
Oh,
TVs and such.
oh, I mean
Yeah,
I do have one, so
yeah. So you
I
should be
don't know.
good there. But I mean, it should at least show in the right room, right?
But yeah, that's why all these unknowns they just say routers, but I have to imagine these are the HomePod minis because I do probably have that many HomePod minis and Apple TVs all together, and it just says Apple Thread router for all of these. So
Yeah.
I don't.
So those are those. But I mean, like in your studio, because it still lists your Thread devices by room. So if you look in whatever your studio, whatever you call it, do you see the?
Yeah, no, it's not there. This is the studio. I have two Eve Energies, which you see there. I have my Eve light switch, which is the fan light, which is Thread, so that's there. That's another Eve Energy, and then my blackout shades, which are the Eve motion blinds. Those are all Thread, but yeah, no Aqara contact sensor there.
Yeah, and if you
So
go into, so like I'm looking at like the Eve Flare, and I can go into and I can literally see compatibility HomeKit, transport, Thread. So I can see those types of things. There's my lights coming on in the room for no reason at all, because that's still a thing that happens around these parts.
right,
But if I go to my porch, which is where I've placed this with a
right.
mailbox, LMNOP porch. P is for porch. If I go to details here, it just says compatibility matter, and I don't
Right.
have the Thread is listed. So I'm wondering if it doesn't work because it's not HomeKit, it's just Matter.
Possibly. I also want to mention now that I'm in the Eve app for the first time in like months, I have a bunch of firmware updates that I need to do, and I really wish the Home app like told me or like would let me update from the Home app. Wasn't that one of the promises that the Home app would let you update the firmware just directly
Yeah,
in the Home app?
yeah. It's still. I mean, devices have to support it specifically. Manufacturers have to support it specifically, and
Yeah.
some do. Logitech's been doing it. Belkin's been doing it with their Mimo stuff.
Right.
A couple
Eve
others.
Eve does not apparently, because I have
No.
updates for my Eve Aqua, my Eve Weather, my Eve Motion sensors, and so I'm updating them right now. Oh, nice! Update failed. That's cool. So I tried to update my Eve Weather, but oh no, wait a minute. Did I just dox myself? Hold on. I was trying to hold up. There it is. Failed. Update failed. I'll check the recording on that one. But anyway, so yeah, I like it. So the mailbox thing. So it's working. You get
Yeah,
notifications.
it's working. Super helpful. Just really nice
That's
to
cool.
know. We don't have a
Cool.
mailbox super far away, but either way, it's connecting. So I'm happy about that.
Well, very, very cool. All right. Well, we actually don't have any listener questions this week, so here's what everyone should go do: is go to the youtube.com/HomeKit Insider or message Andrew and I on Twitter. Oh, we didn't talk about threads. We don't have time to get
That's
into
what
it
I
a
was
lot.
just wondering if that was going to be your pivot. You've been
Oh,
so excited to make a bunch of thread jokes. We've been sitting, just hanging by a thread, waiting for
wow!
you
There
to
it is.
make
There it
some
is.
reference.
That was a good pun. Listen, I just have to say, I don't know how the thread group feels about this, and I mean they would have no idea back when they named Thread the smart home protocol that one day there would be a social media app from one of the largest social networks ever, also called Threads, and I feel like they probably need to rebrand. Like they're not going to win. Like Threads is already a social network and like it's 10 million plus users in the first 12 hours that the app, and there's probably not even 10 million Thread device users in the world. Sorry, Thread. I mean, I just don't think so. I feel like they got to change, right? It can't both be the threads.
I think Matter and Thread both have an uphill battle name wise. I mean, Matter was such like kind of a little bit of an abstract word. Like you try to search for like matter. There's so many other things that show up without
Yes.
putting in related keywords. And then yeah, this is going to be a whole thing. But I don't know how much overlap there actually is. Like how much it matters. But I don't think they're going to change.
Oh,
Like they got to deal with relabeling and all
You're
that
not sure
stuff.
how much. You're not sure how much it matters. You're not sure how much the new threads matter. I'm talking about the social network and actually mattering. I'm not talking about the smart home matter and this is why it's confusing. They got to rebrand. I don't know what to call it. Let us know, what would you rename Thread, the wireless protocol for HomeKit smart home devices, not just HomeKit, but smart home devices. What would you rename Thread? Maybe Homey? Oh, no, that's already a home app. I feel like there's so many products in the HomeKit space and just smart home space in general. There's probably like too much name pollution. You'd have to name it something like crazy. Like
Spider.
With a Y? I like Spider with a Y.
Spider with a Y is already a line of clothing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, outdoor tech.
See, Spider, though, is good because it's like a web. You're creating a thread
Well, yeah,
web.
that's why I pitched it.
Oh,
but
what
I
about...
didn't say with a Y.
Wait a minute, I got it. What if it's House Wide Web? No? All right, we need help. Listeners.
Okay, pivoting back.
Yes.
Do you have a Threads account? I never know what to do with the S now. Like,
I know. Is it Threads account?
Are you on Threads?
Oh, I'm on
have
Threads.
A Threads account?
I'm all about it. Last night, it launched at 7 p.m. Eastern last Wednesday, as you listen to this, about a day early than they had actually announced. 10 million users in the first 12 hours. I'm all about it. Threads is so much fun. All the people that I cared about that were on Twitter and left Twitter but never made it to Mastodon because it was too complicated, they're already on Threads. The whole tech world is on Threads. Like, everybody's on Threads. And so Aaron Pierce, if you're listening, he was like, I can't do another social network. Listen, get on the Threads. It's fun. The app isn't perfect, and I'm not trying to be an apologist, but it's just fun. And that's where I want to be now because that's where everybody that I want to follow is. And so that's where I be. Threads. Get on it.
We have differing points of view. I think it's a hot garbage file, and it's going to get stinkier and stinkier. That's where I'm at. I think the app is awful right now. Like, cool, it's got a cute little glyphy animation when you pull to refresh.
It's better than Blue Sky.
Limit your feed to who you freaking follow.
That's coming.
I see so much crap. Oh, sure, it's coming. Then don't launch yet. Like, it's so annoying to see so much crap that I don't care about filling my feed. Like, I don't even know who these people are. There's so much stuff.
There's a lot of
much stuff.
That is the biggest
that I
complaint.
don't want to see. And so going in on there. So, okay, say they add that feed, which is good, because then I can cut out everybody else they don't care about. But still, Facebook is still they are such a huge social network, and how much hate and misinformation is spread through Facebook. It might be worse in some ways than Twitter has been with the amount of stuff. It's so bad. I can't tell you how many times a week I just see people I know posting, I hereby declare that Facebook has no right to charge me $5 a month. Like, cool. Are they even doing anything to try to stop people from spreading that kind of misinformation? Nothing. And oh my gosh, it's so bad in all those ways. And Facebook is way worse with ads, not just with the amount of data that they are selling to advertisers, which is insane. It's a lot. More than what Twitter is doing. But they also serve you with so many ads. You see so many more ads through Facebook than through like any other social network. It's insane.
But
I can't do it.
There's a lot to address there, and I'm not going to get to it all. But I will say the ads on Instagram, while sometimes feels like a lot, are some of the best ads. Like, when it comes to actually targeting what I'm interested in.
Because they know everything about you.
They already know
how many times you went to the bathroom today, Steven.
You're on Instagram, right?
No, I mean, I have an account. I haven't posted in so long.
Do you have the app on your phone?
Yes.
So any privacy concern is like moot because it's the exact same privacy label as Facebook and Instagram. Any information that you've already given them that you've through Instagram or Facebook, like they already have. So it's not like using Threads is somehow opening you up to more privacy invasion.
I'm still on
They've already invaded
Threads, but I also don't think that it's not.
Let me follow you.
I don't think that it's fun. Like right now, it's
fun.
Everyone kind of jumping on and trying it out, but I think that's going to fade away. I really don't think that it's going to. I think Twitter has more sticking power. I mean, if anyone's going to give Twitter a run, it's going to be Meta. But
Yes.
I just think Meta is so terrible.
I'm so mad
think
I just turned my
Facebook is
camera off.
terrible.
I'm so upset. My camera just turned off. Listen, I agree. Meta is not great. I don't think Twitter
Also,
has a
it
good
crashes
chance.
all the time for me, and this is on a non-beta device. Literally, like I try to upload photos and it crashes. I try to share images of Nomad's new Blaze Apple Watch band, and it's like crash, crash, crash.
All I'm saying is, a lot of the people that I loved on Twitter, they never made it to Mastodon because it's super complicated. Blue Sky's app is even worse, and no one is over there, at least that I care about.
I'm on Blue Sky.
And well, okay, I care about you, Andrew, but I'm on Blue Sky too. But like, no one, like, it's not. There's no critical mass of people.
They literally had to pause their signups because of people leaving Twitter. So I don't know if they've re-enabled them, but there was a ton of people coming to Blue Sky. But they're still growing. Like they weren't even open yet. They were still in beta, and versus a whatever private company versus
Right.
Facebook Meta.
I'm just saying. I'm having a lot of fun on Threads.
Wait for the Nazis to show up, and we'll see what happens. I do not. If it's anything like Facebook and Facebook's moderation, it's not good. I mean, Twitter has issues. Like obviously, Twitter has a ton of issues. Like that, it has just been having more and more problems with things. But there is still more going on there, and I don't know if anyone's going to make. I'm still on Threads. It's Andrew O'Hara 941 because you can't pick handles with.
It takes your Instagram handle.
Threads. You have to use Insta. So I didn't have. I never got. I couldn't get. There's more people on Facebook and Insta than like anything else. So yeah, for the longest time, Andrew O'Hara, Andrew _ OSU, like all of my normal handles have been taken. So I needed to have literally anything else. So that I could be found on there.
Listen, I'm just saying Threads is really fun right now. I'm having a blast. You can join me at Steven Robles. Same name as Twitter and Instagram. Same name. Yay! Let us know what you think, listeners, of Threads. And if you have any names to rename Thread, the Smart Home Protocol, I think you should submit it. And we'll get it to the Thread Network ASAP. They listen to the show, I'm pretty sure. And then, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.
See you, everyone.